Today, I will be the moderator for the Spanish presentation with the conversation topics that were provided by our Executive Director, Andrew Schiff. If at any time of the presentation you have any question, simply click on the questions and answers box and write down your question in Spanish or in English, and we will make sure to answer your questions with enough time at the end. Soon, two of the executive directors of our agency's members will be with us from Central Falls. Mario Bueno of Progreso Latino and Angelo Garcia of the Segue Institute for Education. They will share their particular perspectives of the impact that COVID-19 had in food safety last year. This month marks 1 year that Rhode Island residents started feeling the financial impact of COVID-19. In response to the health crisis, businesses closed their doors or they reduced the hours of operation. This caused unemployment or the reduction of the employment of our families, friends, and neighbors. For many of them, for the first time in their lives. In the food bank and our agency's members, we started receiving phone calls of people in a panic state. They were asking, where can I receive food assistance? I need help and I don't know where to go. We are referring to our network of 159 agencies members in the state, and immediately we started to distribute more food to satisfy the demand. We continue distributing between 20 or 30% more food than last year. One of the communities that was hit very hard with the pandemic was Central Falls. The community has been affected by COVID-19, but people show a lot of resilience and strength. Fortunately, we partnership with two important organizations that strengthen Central Falls, Progreso Latino and Segue Institute. We are proud to have their directors with us. First, I will introduce Mario Bueno, Executive Director of Progreso Latino, a community organization that focuses on the immigrant and Latino population of Rhode Island and offers many different services, including a dining room that takes care of thousands of people every month. Mario? Good morning, everybody. Thank you for inviting us to this presentation. We are proud of being part of Rhode Island Food Bank. We are here trying as much as possible to help the community. We are part of the community and we work with volunteers and other leaders of the community, even with the city of Central Falls. It's an honor for me to be with all of you today. Mario, tell us more about what you and your team went through last year and where are you today? Well, you should know we were a very small food pantry in the Central Falls area. We were offering food to over 1,000 families a year in the community. And with the pandemic, the former mayor and his team contacted us and warning us of what was about to happen. They were very concerned and together we formed an alliance to increase our food pantry. Such was the case that in 2020 we served 15,000 families or households in the city of Central Falls and Pawtucket. Some of them are coming from Pawtucket, but most of them are from Central Falls. It has been very difficult because we had to change our agenda all of a sudden. We have many different programs at Progreso Latino, over 12 programs. And our professionals, they have to roll up their sleeves and they had to go out and they were risking their lives with the COVID-19 to be able to work with the city. In the beginning, in the first months, it was with their support, 8 people from the city. We worked together. We turned a classroom into a warehouse. We had to bring in the food physically because the pallets would not enter to the space. It was a very difficult project, but we were able to do it as a community. We thank the city for their support, and also we thank Rhode Island Food Bank because without their support we weren't be able to provide the food and support to the community. It has been a difficult path, but it has been also one of solidarity, team spirit, where all of us could work together to know each other better and support each other. We are proud of the work that we have done, and we want to thank the team that sacrificed organizing this operation and to everyone that collaborate because they work very hard, and I believe this work had a positive impact. Well said, Mario. Thank you, and thanks to the community, as you said. Now I will introduce another representative of Central Falls community, Angelo Garcia, the executive director and founder of Segue Institute for Education, a public school with a unique model of dining room that is open to the students, their families, and the neighbors in need. Good morning to everyone. Thank you, Renzo. My name is Angelo Garcia. I am the founder and director of Segue School. We started in 2006 with the School for the Children. First, we started with the children from middle school, but this year we had the opportunity to open the school and offer programs for kinder up to 8th grade. As a school, we noticed immediately the service that were necessary to support the families of Central Falls. That's why we opened a food pantry. Can both of you tell us and discuss about the questions we received? It's about any information that you might have about extreme poverty in Central Falls. I can start speaking about that. We know the city of Central Falls is one of the poorest of the state, with a poverty rate over 30%, and these difficulties exploded when the pandemic started. Everything was more clear, and we could see deeper into the necessities of the community. The community represents 60% of Latinos, and speaking about the state in Latinos, 52% of people renting are in debt. They have to use more than 30% of their income to pay for their rent, compared to 24% of the general population. So they have debts or financial responsibilities to pay for the place where they live or other expenses. And that got worse with the pandemic. And it could be seen in the lines of people and the thousands of people that came to the food pantries looking for food because they were hungry. So the work is necessary, and we depend on people with resources for contributions. Contributions to the Rhode Island Food Bank, to Progreso Latino, to the school, and we also depend on the volunteers. We depend of the volunteers so they can give us support, and they can help us with the pantry and also to distribute the food. Our family is the same as the Progreso Latino family. I grew up here in Central Falls. As Latino, I always have been embarrassed of going somewhere and asking for help. Besides the problems the families have regarding job or money, we need to have an environment where the families feel comfortable, where they can trust, and where they can come and talk to us. It's not only about giving people a bag of rice or a can of beans. It's also to spend time with families, that they can feel we are here to help, to support. That is sometimes more important when there is a family that feels embarrassed because they have to come to get food, and they were working last year. Because of COVID, many families lost their jobs. There are families that used to give donations and now are receiving help. They feel very bad and they have all this stress on their shoulders because now they have to come here and make a line and they are thinking who is going to see them and that kind of thing. We are very careful with that to make sure people feel comfortable. When there is the opportunity, we bring people inside of the building. We couldn't do too much because of COVID and social distance. But anyway, we have a system where anybody can make a call and say, I am in need. We are this amount of people and we will get it ready before they get here. The families only have to come and if they are driving, we are going to be outside with the bags and they only have to get them and they can just leave. We have to be very careful with that, especially with Latinos. If they feel uncomfortable or if they are not welcome, they won't come back. Speaking about poverty, we made a survey of 500 people that come to the pantry, and 95% of these families said they make less than $25,000 a year. That is way below the federal poverty line. So that's the kind of poverty we are facing here in the community. William, who worked in the pantry, mentioned to me that the work that has been done had created like a focal point for all the work. Other resources are approaching: financial assistance, financial counseling, social programs. That means that because of that focal point, we are bringing other resources and people feel comfortable because we are like a family. To us, it's the same. With the food pantry, food agencies have come to offering help. This year, the Rhode Island Foundation offered money so we can help people to pay their rent and also help them with house expenses. United Way made possible for us to buy food cards to families that were unable to get here. So in addition of the sentiment that we have of helping as a family, many agencies are coming to offer their support, their money, employees, and they also come to bring food. And that makes us feel like we are all together in this and we in this time that we are going through. I just wanted to remind you, if you are watching this and you have any question, that you can type your questions in the answers and questions box. You can type them there in Zoom and we will answer it to you. There is a question for the two of you from Ines of the Rhode Island Foundation, and it has to do with the expansion of your food programs to other communities. Well, I can say, as we are in a city that is close from Pawtucket and Cumberland, people from these places come to us to receive food, and we are working together with other entities, other pantries, to be able to coordinate our service. So that way we are reaching out to the whole community in that area of the state. Almost the same with us, but we are also looking for the resources in those communities to help families. If a family is living in Pawtucket, we try to see what are the resources they can have in the city where they live. Now we realize that there were many resources that were offered before, but that don't exist right now. In that sense, we continue to give our support to any kind of family that show up here in the school. We are very mindful of the undocumented community. They do not receive any benefits from the government. And because of Rhode Island Foundation, United Way, and the former governor, we were able to obtain help for the people to pay their rent and other expenses. And it was a tremendous effort that was made for that purpose. And if the pandemic continues the way it is, we will need more. But let's see, we are positive and we hope the economy gets better and that we can go back to the normal a little bit. I think we had an opportunity this year to work better in Central Falls as an agency and as a school. We were able to call the school district of Central Falls and to the city of Central Falls to see what are the services they need. During this time, we never closed our doors. As Progreso Latino, we were open, not only to offer food, but also to have a place where parents can come and spend time, to drink a cup of coffee, to explain what they were going through. They needed that opportunity to talk and to express how they felt. Although things are going to get better little by little, our wish and our hope is that we are going to continue with the central help, helping and doing more together to offer more services and serve many more families. I think that it's important to keep what it was able to be developed during a time of crisis, as Angelo said. We are also a center of information to the community. We were able to work with the COVID situation. We also provided masks, hand sanitizer for the community, and we had COVID tests. Also, we work with the health department. So it has been a very nice experience for us, and we want to continue working as a community. Thanks to both of you. Now we have a question from Shirley Fuertes. According to Angelo, they don't ask for any document to give the food. I would like to confirm if it's the same situation with Progreso Latino and undocumented people can have access to food. Yes, we definitely don't have any barriers. People can come and get resources. We are open to the community, and I believe it's the same with Angelo. I didn't mention before Dr. Nelcom, a very popular doctor that helped us a lot. Dr. Fine and the city of Central Falls and Pawtucket, and also the committee of B COVID that involved Central Falls and Pawtucket. I also want to say, although we never ask for documents, information is very important to make sure we are serving families. When somebody offers help to us in the form of scholarships or money, we have to give them information. We never ask for IDs or proof of residency. The information we obtain is very important to know how many children or how many adults are at the house. We never got to the point that people feel uncomfortable with those questions. We never ask for the names of the people that are living in the house. We never ask for the social security number. Nothing like that. We never ask for documents, but information is very important to continue with the services. To know, for example, in this month we serve 300 families with 500 children under the age of 18. That information is very important. We had a market campaign of global information to inform the community we were not going to ask for documents and that undocumented people were going to be able to participate. We are always together creating programs. We have an after school program right now, and when I was a director of the community center, there was an elderly people program that we had. So we always had the opportunity of working together to serve the families of Central Falls. And I believe that being a small community, we have the opportunity to meet and look further. And I believe we were able to do that in this case, and we want to continue that example to have a long-term view. And we need to discuss. We already went through this time. Now what is going to be our view for the next 5 years? And we will do that with the support of the new mayor, the city council, and also the school department. We definitely need volunteers in Progreso Latino on Mondays and Wednesdays because we work those days. People can come from 8 o'clock in the morning to 1 or 2 p.m. And we can get the volunteers involved out of work hours, but it will be for individual cases because there's many things a volunteer can do, not only working on the pantry. There's many other areas where they can support. I agree. There's always opportunity to help here. If it's not directly with families, we always need help with something in a classroom, helping to bring furniture to the classrooms, painting, anything someone can do to help. If somebody wants to work with us or be a volunteer in the school, we need to start a process. We have to do a BCI check because we are working with children, with minors, and it's important to have this information in that document. During the week, we have programs. The College Crusade comes here. We also have math camps in the summer. We have all after school programs. We offer basketball. We also want our communities to feel these buildings belong to them. So if they want to come here, if they want to spend time, if they want to have meetings, we are here and our doors are always. It's the same with us. During this time, we have received toothpaste, toothbrushes, anything personal that is needed, soap, shampoo, things like that. The families we have don't have enough to buy those things that they need. We have received many donations like Amica Insurance. They gave us notebooks, backpacks, things that the children will need next year. So they are thinking about the things the families will need the next school year. We are always receiving not only food, not only money, but also cards. Look, I never thought about it, but we are working with CVS so they can give us credit cards to buy something in the pharmacy, like aspirins. Things like that that we cannot distribute, but things that are necessary to have at home. This is a question in Spanish. As we all know, with the pandemic, the community is in need of food and other things, but also they need to cover the payment of the rents. What are your thoughts about this? As I said before, the leaders of the community noticed that need, and funds were raised and contributions were made to the members of the community to deal with the COVID crisis. But we need to keep raising more funds to keep helping the community. As same as Progreso Latino, we offer the opportunity for people to come and apply to receive help to pay for their home expenses, rent, electricity, gas. We also help people to pay for their cable bill, especially when their children were having distance learning, they needed internet at home. Many families lost their income or their jobs and was difficult for them to pay for their expenses. We were able to offer that opportunity and the people applied. We received a grant of $55,000. Almost $150,000 was requested that was needed to cover all the people. And in that case, it could not be done. but we try as much as possible to help every person with a little. I agree with Mario. We have to do it again because even though the families cover those expenses, they are in the same situation now because they are starting to coming back to their workplace to save their money, to be able to pay their things on time. So I believe it's very important to offer that opportunity to them again. In the other comments we have, they are saying that they appreciate what both of you are doing for the community. It's almost time to conclude. If you have something else to say, this is the time. I want to offer you the opportunity. If you need more information, you can get in touch with me or with Mario. We are available to talk to people out of this meeting. Also, if you need more information about our program or the service we offer to the community. I want to thank everybody for having us here today, for spending this time together. We are available to give support. Thank you very much to the Rhode Island Food Bank for everything they do. In my case, as a board member, I have realized that they do a lot more than what people think. This is Andrew. Thank you, Renzo, for moderating today's town hall. And thank you, Angelo and Mario, for the amazing job you have done in this crisis, for being such terrific partners with the food bank, for speaking with us today and helping us with all the technical difficulties. It was wonderful to hear from both of you. We received over 800,000 pounds of food last year, and thank you for that, for the work the organization is doing. As Angelo said, we are honored for being part of the team. Mario and Angelo, thank you for sharing this information with us. Also, I want to say thank you to our Executive Director, Andrew Schiff, and to our interpreter. This public assembly has been recorded and will be shared in the next electronic news bulletin of the food bank. In case you want to see it again or share it with somebody that missed this presentation today. Thank you to everyone. Have a nice day. Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a happy day and a happy week.